Sponsored by Bitterroot Furniture. Drive a little, save a lot.
Time for your morning sprint. Brianna has your weather, but first in our headlines, Custer-Gallatin National Forest Rangers now say it's a grizzly that's frequenting the Greenough Lake area, and they're trying everything they can but can't haze it away. Areas around Parkside, Greenough Lake, and Limber Pine are closed until Wednesday unless the forest rangers can get that grizzly moving along. Missoula police confirmed there are injuries involved in an accident at Reserve and Spurgeon at about 7:45 last night. They called me back and they say they found a vehicle versus motorcycle accident and kept at least the southbound lanes closed down until 11 last night as investigators had to process the scene. They say the driver is cooperating. The former Missoula ER doctor that we've had in the news here has pleaded not guilty to 3 new charges of felony sexual intercourse without consent. Tyler James Hurst is at a sex addiction treatment facility. If you have any information, police need you to get a hold of them. Bozeman Fire and Police are asking for a public safety mill levy and bond that will help build another fire station. Police are worried about only being able to engage in reactive policing and say the levy would help. And firefighters say Bozeman's average emergency response time of 10 minutes is more than 4 minutes more than the national average. Missoula City and rural firefighters and Missoula County search and rescue officers are ready for whatever trouble you get into on our rivers this summer. New training on the Clark Fork near Milltown State Park got them familiar with new equipment and ways to plan for downwater emergencies. 4 zebras that escaped from a trailer in Washington state are now in quarantine here in Montana. The State Department of Livestock says they don't have the proper documentation. The exotic animals made a break for it in April and made national headlines. One eluded capturers nearly a week. The zebras, which are considered horses when it comes to their importation into Montana, are in good health, but specialists are checking to see if they might have equine infectious anemia, which insects spread. Well, Bozeman's Board of Ethics is set to review and update the city's Code of Ethics, which predates the city's charter, as well as the Ethics Handbook that's given to all city employees, which hasn't been updated since it was originally drafted in 2011. The Handbook and Code of Ethics got attention after complaints filed against the city's Director of Community Development regarding her conversation with the former city manager in a video that was leaked earlier this year. The board ultimately dismissed those complaints, but the hearing brought up questions of alignment between these two documents. Butte is getting ready to host a massive replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. The wall that heals is only making one stop in the Northwest. It will be on display at Father Sheehan Park August 28th to September 1st. 300 motorcycle riders will welcome the wall. 267 Montana men made the ultimate sacrifice in Vietnam. 22 are from Butte Silverbow. And one last story here. The Montana Department of Transportation will inspect Missoula's Bear Tracks Bridge the week of June 17th. The state does regularly inspect all publicly owned bridges in use. Crews will bring traffic down to 1 lane and slow everybody down during all this work.
And I have a look at your 10-day forecast here, starting out with Kalispell. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s most of the week, but we are seeing a cool down as we get into Saturday to 65 and 61. Meanwhile, Missoula here in the 80s for your weekend, high 70s there on Sunday with that chance of precipitation as we get into Monday. But for the most part, your week is looking sunny and beautiful until that chance of rain arrives next Sunday. Butte, meanwhile, seeing those partly cloudy to mostly clear skies through most of the week. 30 and 40% chance of precipitation on Sunday and Monday, so you might want to carry an umbrella just in case. Thunderstorms as we get into next Friday as those temperatures begin to dip down to the mid to low 60s. And we're wrapping it up here in Bozeman, where things are looking really good after that rain on Tuesday. 82 degrees on Tuesday and Wednesday. As we get into Thursday, we see a little cool down to 79. And as we start off next weekend, we start to see that chance of thunderstorms returning to southwestern Montana as a whole. 74 there on Friday, a cool down slowly but steadily to 68 on Saturday and 66 there on Sunday. And that rain is looking to continue all the while as we make our way through the week. And evening lows are looking to be in the 40s and 50s through most of western Montana.
All right, thank you so much, Brianna. NBC Montana is back tonight with your complete news and weather coverage. We'll have detailed forecasts for Kalispell, Missoula, Butte, and Bozeman. And we're working to get more information on that injury collision between a motorcycle and vehicle on reserve.